I also meet these great Brahmins who always carry the Lord within their hearts. They need the dust of their feet is a shelter of all the holy places. When his guests were seated comfortably, having each received the proper welcome, Shukadev approached them and sat down nearby with wife and children and the dependents. Then, while massaging the Lord's feet, he addressed Krishna and the sailors. Now Shukadev starts speaking. Shukadev said, "It is not that we have attained the audience of the Supreme Person only today, but we have in fact been associating with him ever since he created this universe with his energies and then the Lord is like a sleeping person who creates a separate world in his imagination. Like a sleeping person who creates a separate world in his imagination and then enters his own dream and sees himself within it. In the illusion of his dream, a sleeping person creates an apparent world, complete with cities populated by the fictional products of his imagination. In somewhat the same way, the Lord can manifest the cosmos. Of course, the creation is not illusory for the Lord, but it is for those souls who are put under the control of his Maya potency. As her service to the Lord, Maya deludes the conditioned souls into accepting as real her temporary, insubstantial manifestations. And then is today's verse for 6. You reveal yourself within the hearts of those persons of pure consciousness who constantly hear about you, chant about you, worship you, glorify you, and converse with one another about you. But although you reside within the heart, you are very far away from those whose minds are disturbed by their entanglement in material work. Indeed, no one can grasp you by his material powers, for you reveal yourself only in the hearts of those who have learned to appreciate your transcendental qualities. Let me offer my obeisances unto you. You are realized as a supreme soul by those who know the absolute truth. Whereas in your form of time, you impose death upon the forgetful souls. You appear both in your causeless spiritual form and in the created form of this universe, thus simultaneously uncovering the eyes of your devotees and obstructing the vision of the non devotees. O Lord, you are the supreme soul and we are your servants. How shall we serve you, my Lord? Simply seeing you puts an end to all the troubles of life. How shall we serve you? In the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Puranjan Upakhyan, Puranjan had a friend called as Avigyat. This friend Avigyat is always the well-wisher. In always the well-wisher of Puranjana. That is only after a very, very long time that Puranjana heard him. In the same way, that Avigyat is the Lord, who is always ready to guide the conditioned soul. But the conditioned soul makes himself deaf to the good words of his most dear friend. When Puranjana Vakyan is mentioned as Avigyat. So with a similar realization here, Shuddhadev is mentioning the Supreme Lord. That's not that today it's no, only today you have appeared to us. We've been associating with you from time immemorial. Because everything is Krishna. When there is a realization, there is reciprocation. Opportunity is available for everyone. Krishna is available for everyone. Krishna is very near. And therefore, the opportunity to serve Krishna is available for everyone. But that opportunity becomes meaningful when there is realization, because realization leads to reciprocation and service. So, because the devotee sees Krishna everywhere and the devotee practices to see Krishna everywhere, therefore, a devotee welcomes any situation which may come. Well, at the time of China War in 1970s, the time of China War, China, yeah. The bombs were falling, Calcutta was on high alert, and Prabhupada was cooking kachodis. He didn't go to the trenches because he was cooking for the Lord. So he was seeing the bombs were falling in front of his eyes, and he was seeing that Krishna is manifesting in the form of these bombs. So Prabhupada making offering of kachodis to the Lord. Prabhupada was undisturbed. He was making offering of kachodis. He said, no problem, it's only Krishna manifesting in the form of the bomb, no problem. The devotee is not afraid of any situation, therefore. Why? Because the devotee sees Krishna everywhere. In the same way, Shukracharya is telling Bali Maharaj that there is Vishnu who has come, he'll take everything away from you. You will lose everything. You may even lose your life because Vishnu has come, he'll take everything away from you. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev, Subhadra Maharani, Sudarshan Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And Bali Maharaj is thinking that, okay, if Lord Vishnu has come, That is perfection of my life to give everything to Him, including my life, no problem. What is all the assets which I have worth for? And what is my life worth for? If it can become an offering to Krishna, it will be worthwhile. So he became ecstatic. Shukracharya was frightening him and he became ecstatic. He said, Lord Vishnu has come, nothing to fear. Everything is yours. And therefore, very happily offered himself to the Supreme Lord and he said, okay, the Lord, you place your third head upon me and claim me. I am your property now. I'm sold out to you. So only one has to realize. So we can realize Krishna's presence in anything and everything. And that becomes the greatest benediction. And for that, only one needs to depend on the devotees of the Lord, on the spiritual master. Can give one the vision and one can realize Krishna and see Krishna in any situation. And seeing Krishna triggers serving Krishna, service to Krishna. Then Shrutadev is explaining and how the Lord is like a sleeping person who has dreamt and he's entered his own dream and he's seeing himself in his own dream. And Prabhupada explains that yes, the world is illusory, but for the Lord, the world is not a dream or illusion. The world is real for the Lord. For the living entity, it is dream and illusion. For the Lord, the manifestation of this material world is like a play. Obviously, the Lord is doing this for the sake of the living entity, but for the Lord, it's like a play. So it manifests, unmanifests. Just like somebody is playing squash, the ball is going this way, that way. Somebody is playing badminton, the shuttle is going this way, that way. Lawn tennis, the ball is going this way, that way. Similarly, the universe is going this way, that way. The manifestation, unmanifestation, manifestation, unmanifestation. The ping pong, table tennis going on. You know? It's like a play for the Lord. This whole universe. But for the living entity, it's a dream. Why? Because the reality of the living entity is his relationship with Krishna. And that the living entity forgets. So he's sleeping. The Shastras equate ignorance to sleeping. The living entity has forgotten his actual position. And assuming different illusory positions and doing different illusory caricature activities. That's all. But the reality is Krishna. The living entity has forgotten Krishna. So everything in this material world, Krishna is in the background. It's just like a movie. A movie is made with real characters, real personalities. But then the movie is made with real personalities. It was a real scene, it's a real shoot. But when the movie is being played, the person cannot access those personalities. They're in the background. Person can only watch what's happening. He cannot enter. Can a person enter? People feel like I have also entered, I have also become hero, no? Or I have only become hero, no? People feel like that. Therefore they enjoy, they identify with various characters. Like that. But a person cannot enter in the movie. So in the movie, if somebody is doing some nasty activity, we cannot enter and chastise them and tell them, better chant Hare Krishna, nonsense, Cannot do that, So obviously one can switch off the movie. That's possible, and go out for book distribution. But so the point is that so in the same way, see, everything in this material world is whatever is glowing and flourishing is because of the presence of the Supreme Lord. But the Lord's presence is like a movie. So one cannot enter and offer obeisances to the Lord or offer a garland to the Lord. That's not possible because it's a movie. Therefore, it is a dream for the living entity because he cannot enter. The material world is a dream for the living entity. And therefore, one should not remain at the point of one should not remain at the point of trying to always no one should not remain at the point of trying to see Krishna behind the material manifestation. Rather, one should directly serve Krishna, and whatever material energies one gets in one's hand, one can offer that to Krishna. That will be more effective. So there are no impediments to serving Krishna. Bahulashva had overwhelming opulences. He served Krishna with all his opulences. Shrutadev had overwhelming love. He served Krishna with all his love. Although his love was manifested through his shawl which he was weaving, through his mats, through his kusha grass which he had offered, through his fruits and mode of goodness, simple foods which he offered. It was great overwhelming love. And that is why the Supreme Lord is accessible to everyone. So one should serve the Lord directly and reciprocate to the Lord directly and not through the material nature. One can try to meditate on the material nature to see the hand of Krishna. That gives a sense of detachment from material energy, and the intoxication of the material energy get diffused a little bit. But as soon as that happened, one should increase one's devotional service directly to Krishna. So material energy and material accolade should never be a focus. The focus should be serving Krishna. How to serve Krishna. With whatever material accolades and material energy one gets, one should be happy, eager, and ready to serve Krishna. Our devotional service. The Shukadev, he had very little, but he offered that so heartily to Krishna. And Krishna is very pleased. The Supreme Lord is very, very pleased. The Supreme Lord is very, very pleased. So this is bhakti. Uh, to uh, uh, to extricate ourselves from the material energy and increase one's focus on direct devotional service. A material energy becomes a secondary means of expressing that devotion, but material energy should not become a focus or obsession. Let's stop here for today. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, हरि बोल।